And we are live. UFC 314. I had a couple of good fights so far. Should be good ones tonight for the rest of the night. Volkanovski. I'm going tonight. Volkanovski, Paddy Pimblett. Gonna root for Dominic Reyes. I'm actually gonna go for Pitbull. I think Pitbull might pull it off against Yair. I think he comes into this fight with a game plan of wrestling, hopefully. And I think he's a way better grappler than Yair. On the feet, he's going to be very undersized. You know, like Yair's never making 135. We've seen Pitbull fight at 135. Plus, he's never the biggest 45er. But all right, we are live on TikTok as well as YouTube. Only one women's fight. So one bathroom break, one food break, which I like. What's up, Steeler Nation? Life's good. How about yourself? Another day of it. Good UFC fights tonight. So that makes life a lot more tolerable. Who do you think wins between Pitbull and Yair? Really need Volkanovski to win tonight. I think Chandler's going to struggle with Paddy, to be honest. I'm thinking I'm hoping Pitbull. I'm actually leaning towards Pitbull as well. But I would like to see Pitbull. Like, I think the playbook's out on Yair. Like, if you grapple Yair, you have a better chance of beating him. I think he kind of has shown his grappling is definitely a glaring hole. And I feel like Paddy, though, I think he's going to surprise a lot of people. I feel like every fight he's been leveling up, and we see that a lot with guys before they get to that level. You know, they have fights early on where it's like, oh, this guy's not that good. They struggle with, guys ranked lower. And Chandler, I really think those 2 years hurt him. Sitting out waiting for Conor. Yeah, Yair and Lopes were wilding out. There's that other realm of reality, if you will, where Volk might be winning and Pitbull might be winning. If Pitbull beats Yair, Pitbull moves himself very close to a title shot. UFC's clearly given him a good step towards it with Yair as his first opponent. This fight, too, I'm a little about Darren Elkins versus Julian Erosa. Both guys are usually pretty inconsistent with their performances. Could be a bloodbath type fight. Come here. Come on. Who you guys got in this first main prelim fight? Darren Elkins or Erosa? Oh, that's funny. Yeah, my boy Jim Miller's fighting tonight. I would love to see Jim Miller pull off the upset. I saw he's a huge underdog versus Chase Hooper. Chase Hooper looks like he's eating some good vitamins, and he lost that scrawny, bitch-looking body he had. Started gaining his man strength. But yeah, I think I got it tonight versus Chase Hooper. Hopefully he big brothers Chase Hooper. I don't know. Hooper's looked really good lately. That's the problem. Nostalgia is definitely on Jim Miller's side, but he's old. Very old. They're walking out now. Not Jim Miller, Erosa and who the fuck's he fighting? Erosa and Darren Elkins. Alto Nights before UFC with Robert De Niro, the story of Costello. Yeah, De Niro lost me when he started acting like a deranged liberal every day. I like my actors that just. I mean, I'm not. I'll still watch any, deranged person's movies if I enjoy them, but I'm not going out of my way anymore to watch anything from De Niro. He's a fucking idiot. Can Chase submit Miller? He could definitely club and sub Miller. I think what makes Miller such a nice pick, if you will, is that he's such a big underdog. But Chase Hooper's looked really good his last few fights. He definitely improved a lot. Grew up a little bit, got his man strength. So that's going to be the issue for Jim Miller in this one. Plus, I think Chase Hooper's bigger than Jim Miller. He's long. But yeah, I would watch that. I might watch that movie. I like mob movies and movies like that, but I never seen The Irishman though. I didn't see that one. I like old De Niro movies though. Raging Bull, one of the best movies ever. Casino. I don't know. Elkins is pretty durable. Erosa finish. Elkins has always been very durable. A fight I would actually stay away from if I were betting on it because both guys are very inconsistent. You never know which version of them you're going to get. Who you guys picking between Volkanovski and Lopes? Thank you for the follow, phone doctor. Oh, I'm rooting for Ige, but that's gonna be a tough one. That dude he's fighting's pretty big for 145. But I saw even Ige is a nice underdog pick. right? If I'm not mistaken, they have Ige as an underdog in that one. Ige with a full camp. You seen what he's done on short notice. Him too, though. It's tough. A lot of guys on this card, if you will, I feel like are prone to inconsistent performances. Like Reyes, we don't know what Dominic Reyes we're gonna get. Ige, we don't know what Ige we're gonna get. This fight here, Elkins and Arosa, we don't know which version of them we're gonna get. The fight before that, we saw Olajaychek. That's the best version of Olajaychek. Premature stoppage though. That's the one that I had to jump on, make sure I got on in time so I remembered to say it. Fuck Mark Goddard. Such a bullshit ref. Such a bullshit ref. Yes. Jim Miller lookalike. I got to get to the arena. I'm up. I'm up soon. But Elkins and Arosa about to get started. I'm going to pick Arosa. I like Arosa more. I'm not the biggest Elkins fan. But I wouldn't be surprised if Elkins just fucking dogs him. Elkins is more of a dog. Definitely has shown to be more durable. Then we got that bathroom break in Jandradoba versus Jan. But yeah, Woodson, you wonder for Woodson, when's he going to lose? Because he's not like, doesn't seem like he's a championship caliber fighter or even a top 5 caliber fighter, but he keeps squeaking out and grabbing these wins. The last fight versus Padilla, he knocked Padilla out. Caceres, Jourdain, Dennis Bazooka. A draw. Another split against Zalal. Oh, we're started here. I missed the first thing. But yeah, Elkins, all of Elkins' success is based off of toughness and durability. Skill-wise, he's not one of those guys. Oh, there's a takedown by Elkins. Elkins on top of Arosa and open guard. Now Arosa closes the guard, trying to deliver some elbows. Is Arosa from the bottom? Couple of good ones. Thing two with Elkins, always bleeds. Every fight he gets cut open. Ooh, couple good up kicks from Arosa from the bottom. Arosa throwing up a triangle, but Elkins is out. Puts his other arm through. Arosa just kicked him off and stood up. Elkins might be rocked here from an up kick. Elkins is on a single leg. Ooh, good elbow. Couple good elbows. Yeah, Elkins looks a little wobbly right now. Elkins' equilibrium is definitely a little off from those elbows. I mean, he always looks a little goofy in his footwork. What is that? Is that Carl? Thank you, Carl. I appreciate it. But see, like you gotta put your foot on the gas and get rid of Elkins though, because Elkins will hang around until you get tired. Volk looks in incredible shape coming into this fight. I hope. Again, like I always say, the 35-year-old rule, Volk's on the wrong end of that. So I worry for him for that. You don't win fights, especially title fights. Ooh, good up kick by Arosa earlier. They just showed the replay. Definitely rocked Elkins. It's tough, man. After 35, you don't win fights. Yeah, I saw that lesbian trying to come back. It's like, what'd you retire for? I'm not sure. I just looked away. Did Erosa just drop Elkins? Elkins looks worse for the wear, though, right now. He's in on a bad takedown attempt. I seen Nunes wants to come back. They're going to let her come back. She's going to get the winner. Ooh, a crucifix right now by Erosa. Elkins is going to scramble out of that. Yeah, Elkins is off right now. Elkins is like diving at the ankles right now. Like if. Yeah, Elkins is wobbled right now. He's looked off this whole fight, but he got hit with an up kick and some good elbows pretty early. But now, yeah, for Erosa, you got to put Elkins away because Elkins has cardio that could win him the second and third round. Elkins is a difficult guy to go 15 minutes with. Oh man, they got me frozen. My ESPN Plus is frozen. Did the fight just end in that moment? Oh yeah, it did. I missed the finish, but yeah, he was looking fucked up that whole fight. Oh, perfect time for my shit to fuck up. You know, I'm in the sticks. I got shitty weather today, so hopefully my internet agrees with me. But yeah, that up kick and those 12-6 elbows, he was fucked that whole fight. Thank you for the follow, Daryl. I appreciate it. First, he got kicked in the neck, and then boom, got kicked right in the fucking face. Dropped with a left hook. Good right hand, another good right hand. Ooh, a couple hammer fists. Yeah, I would like to see Elkins retire too. He sucks at this point. He's just gonna take damage, so it's not gonna be good for him. He's basically at this point collecting a check and collecting some more CTE. But like I said earlier, both of these guys usually inconsistent. Tonight, a good version of Erosa showed up. But yes, what do you guys think about Amanda Nunes coming back? You know, I'm not the biggest women's MMA fan, so I'm definitely not a big Amanda Nunes fan. The worst is when they give a microphone to Juliana Pena and she's trying to be like, she's trying to say like mic drop type shit and like good shit, but she just comes off so cringy. I mean, what's her name's not much better, but um, Kayla. You know, I'm a sexist and a purist in the sense that if they're not hot chicks, I don't even want to watch them fight. I'm good. Put them on the prelims. Like, where are they going to put that fight? Is that fight going to be like the co-main event? Ugh. That fight actually could be good, entertaining. Pena versus Kayla Harrison. That fight is the upper echelon of women's MMA. But yeah, I can care less about Amanda Nunes coming back. I'm good on that. I'm not interested. You know, she's the baddest lesbian of the bunch, so it's a little unfair. Plus, she's probably on some shit. She's probably on some EPO or something. Then again, Kayla might be on something as well, But yeah, like every time like I didn't watch the whole press conference. I watched clips of it. Every time Pena started talking, my brain was just like, take the fucking mic away from her. Like, I don't know, did you guys see the earlier, right before they went live, and they had Dustin Poirier, Chael, and Anthony Smith? When Chael's microphone wasn't working, my brain immediately went to take Anthony Smith's mic. Give that to Chael and let Anthony Smith just sit there. Like, I don't need to hear that fucking guy. Ooh, some Tracy Cortez action. She looks good tonight. She looks like she might have booked the fight because she's looking a little bit slimmer. You know, in between fights. When she has a fight booked, she looks like Selena. When she's in between fights, she looks like the lady who shot Selena. Props to Cub Swanson, too, for wifing up the UFC, the old school UFC interview chick. She looks like she's aging very gracefully. Do you guys, does anyone out there, I watch clips of it, but does anyone listen to Good Guy, Bad Guy religiously? I watch a good amount of Uncle Chael. I watch DC occasionally, depending on the guest that he has. What's up, Jay Slice? Picks for tonight. Let's see. I am interested in this next Ultimate Fighter season, though. That looks good. That this year they're not going with the two coaches. You know, I feel like what happens too. We're at a point now, unless it was like Chandler and Connor was good. But when they get like two coaches, I feel like the coaches are trying harder than they should. A lot of the shit talk between them doesn't seem too organic. Yeah, that was a tough watch. Talking about the Elkins fight. Go Birds. Like the Eagles in the football season. I'm going to root for Jim Miller, but that's a tough fight. I do not care about Jandiroba versus Jan. I'm going to root for Dan Ige. Tough fight again. I got Dominic Reyes beating Krylov. Hopefully that version of Reyes shows up. Rooting for Bryce Mitchell. I think Bryce Mitchell could pull this out. I'm not completely sold on any of the Fighting Nerds guys. Definitely not sold on Gene Silva yet. They still got to beat this next upper echelon step up in talent that they're about to get. Again, maybe I'm just going stupid tonight and picking nothing but underdogs, but I would like to see Pitbull win, but I think he's going to get caught in a striking match. Yeah, but I'd love to see him mix in some grappling. Then I think he could steal that fight. I'm going Paddy Pimblett, and I'm going Volkanovski. Yes. Chase Hooper is the undercover son of Ben Askren. Yeah, I'm a big Saquon Barkley fan. Chael is insanely smart. Like anytime I've ever spoken to Chael, you feel it coming off of him. Like very, very smart guy. Very good talker. And then a lot of Chael stuff. So like you could say like Colby and whoever else you could. A lot of it's like a little rehearsed. Like Chael's straight from the hip. Like no script, no outline, no nothing. Like when Chael records those videos, because I've spoken to the guy he does it with, Ryan Parsons, and he said about Chael, like Chael's just gets the topic, sits down, presses record, and just goes. And a lot of those videos too, Chael's like one take. There's no like blooper reel where Chael's messing up and having to restart over. Chael's a very good talker. Yes, I met Chael a few times. Never met Rogan. I wanted to meet Rogan. Never got a chance to meet Rogan. I went to a Rogan show one time in Florida, but never got to meet him. He's on the list the bucket list. Him and Conor McGregor are the two I got to meet. Other than that, I've met and interacted with a lot of people. Yeah, Chael does all that shit. One take. 99.9% of the time, one take. And that comes, so his thing is Bad Guy Inc., his partner in it. So, like, Chael's the star. His producer is Ryan Parsons. Ryan Parsons, for the MMA context of him, he's been around the sport for years. He was always involved in Team Quest, and he was Dan Henderson's manager. I think he managed Randy a little bit, managed Chael, used to manage Dennis Bermudez, but then where his MMA lore, if you will, he's the one that he was coaching with Mayhem Miller against Bisping that one season, and he's the one who said something to Bisping, and Bisping pushed him, and then Mayhem Miller got into a fight with Bisping over Ryan Parsons. Like, Ryan Parsons was the bald-headed coach that was fucking with Bisping the whole season. But yeah, I've met Chael a few times. Very smart guy. Yeah, Rogan too, good talker. You could tell just watching his podcast and seeing his stand-up. People try to make it like he's an idiot because he leans a little bit right. But MMA Guru does that too. Does what? One take? Yeah, MMA Guru is a good talker as well. It's fucking funny. I saw one thing that got posted the other day. He got a haircut, and everyone was saying he looked like Kadyrov. And now I can't unsee that. Never got to meet Evan Tanner. But I have a lot of Evan Tanner stories. Indirectly. I was right about Dustin and Holloway being Dustin's final fight. Yeah, I really hope they don't do that fight. I don't want to see Dustin and Max a third time. For me, and I'm a Max fan, I like Dustin too, but I feel like the second fight was tough to watch. Like, Max got fucked up in that second fight. And then he got fucked up in the first fight too. So it's like, it's tough when you, like, I know a lot of people right now are clamoring for Brandon Moreno to get another fight with Pantoja. It's like, if you lose that fight and you're 0-3, 0-4 against somebody, you're only going to go as high as they let you. You know, like, you're never going to go past that guy who beat you 4 times, who beat you 3 times. It's like for Max versus Volk. Max only got that fight with Ilya because Volk lost. Volk finally lost. Like, you have to, like, wait that guy out at that point. Like, right now, there's other fights Moreno could do rather than fight Pantoja a 4th time and lose to him. Like, I don't want to see... Like, I think Max kind of hurts his career if he loses to Dustin again. If he beats Dustin, then he's on the way up. But if he loses to Dustin, then it's like, fuck. But yeah, have you seen, speaking of Evan Tanner, have you ever watched that movie, Once I Was a Champion? Very good movie about Evan Tanner. I think it might be on YouTube now. But you could definitely find it online. It's like a bunch of interviews and people talking about Evan Tanner. It's definitely like an MMA history video. A lot of good shit in it. But yeah, I saw a lot of people speculating Dustin Poirier and Max Holloway fighting in Louisiana later on this year, but I don't know about that one. For Max's sake, I hope not. You know, I feel like Dustin's just a bad stylistic matchup for him. Yeah, WEC was great. I used to love WEC back in the day. They used to have some bangers. Back when WEC was in its heyday, I used to love watching Carlos Condit on the WECs when he was like, I had his little dominant run. And then I was a big Dominic Cruz fan. Like, to quote Joe Rogan and MMA Guru, people forget, man. People forget those WEC days and how good Dominic Cruz was. Like, the UFC fans, they didn't really get that Dominic Cruz because of all the injuries. They got glimpses of it, but they didn't get like that heyday of Dominic Cruz or that heyday of Jose Aldo. They got like the competitive fights of Jose Aldo. They didn't get like that WEC Jose Aldo when he was like fucking running through everybody, demolishing Uriah Faber's leg, throwing like a double jump knee at Cub Swanson. WEC was great to watch back in the day. Remember that fight too? I always think of when I think of WEC. Was it? I think he was fighting Chael. Oh fuck! His name just escaped my brain. It wasn't Arona. Oh, Paulo Filho. When Paulo Filho was like in the middle of the fight, started looking as if he was like staring at a ghost or something, like staring off into the distance when the guy was right here fighting with him. Him too. That dude was so good. And then I don't know what happened in his personal life or drugs or something, but that dude just fucking fell off. Paulo Filho was so good though. At one point, was top 3 in the world. And then, if I'm not mistaken, I think Chael gave him his first loss, right? Oh, here's my doppelganger, Jim Miller. Never met Jim Miller either, to my recollection. But we have some mutual friends. Have kind of been around each other before. But yeah, this one should be interesting to watch. So Chase Hooper, he looked so frail. He was like scrawny. He looked like a fucking punk kid. Now he like filled out. Looks like a man. Has some definition to him. Definitely cleaned up his striking. Like, I feel like his striking was such a glaring hole for a while. Added some muscle, cleaned up his striking. 4-fight win streak. What is that? 8th highest submission attempt average. But even that, as he gets older, when he was younger, he looked like Ben Askren's son. Now that he's older, he doesn't look like Ben Askren no more. Like, his face matured a little bit. Who you guys got in this one? Jim Miller or Chase Hooper? Chase Askren. Are north or south of Egg Harbor? What the fuck is Egg Harbor? I've heard of Sag Harbor. I never heard of Egg Harbor. Oh, Egg Harbor is in New Jersey? I'm not in New Jersey. I'm in New York. But I've been called a Jersey Shore character many times. I do think Gym Tan Laundry is the greatest philosophy for life. I'm pale now, though. I don't tan at the moment. Plus, where I'm at, upstate New York, it's been fucking freezing. It actually snowed this morning. Like, I woke up to snow. Couple inches of snow outside, which is fucking insane. I thought it was raining last night. Turns out it was snowing the whole time. I could see Jim Miller hurt and Chase Hooper with the striking here. Like, that's the game plan for Jim Miller in this fight, I feel, is try to land something big. Are you, John Jr., are you in New Jersey? I was just talking about this last night. Like, so you know how you put shows on? Or me, I'm a background noise person, so I always like, we'll just put a show on and just let the show run. I've been on like a Jersey Shore kick lately. Great show. Love that show. But I just been putting so Roku and a couple of streaming services I've seen have they have channels of a show. They have a Jersey Shore channel, so I just let that shit run. Oh yes, you said birds before. Yes, I was so happy that the Eagles won this year. I could not stand to see the three-peat from the Chiefs and people then be like, the Chiefs are the greatest team. I'm so happy that they lost. I like Patrick Mahomes. Don't like Travis Kelce. I think he's intolerable. Taylor Swift's intolerable. She makes good music, but she's fucking intolerable. Travis Kelce is intolerable, but I do like Patrick Mahomes. I do see his wife get a lot of flack, and she kind of seems like she sucks, but yeah, shout out to the Eagles and the people of Philly. And then shockingly, I think everyone thought that Philly fans were going to burn down Philadelphia, and luckily they didn't do too much damage after winning the Super Bowl. Yeah, my brother who passed away, he was a huge Cowboys fan. Me, unfortunately, I am a Jets fan, so it's been just a rough existence. But I did like the Patriots. Patriots. I was a Brady fan, a Gronkowski fan. I liked Bill Parcells. Not Bill Parcells. What the fuck's the guy's name again? Bill Belichick. I like that Belichick now is like, I think he's married or just bangs a bunch of young chicks. And then they have that one person who released like a young chick released her doorbell cam where it was Bill Belichick like sneaking out after banging her. All right, so here we go. Miller and Chase Hooper. Yeah, it's rough. I was hoping that the Jets would give Brett Favre. What? Nah, my brain is just fried today. Not Brett Favre. What's the guy's name? Aaron Rodgers. One more season. I felt like he could have maybe clicked it together. Oh, they're swinging right now, Hooper and Miller. But yeah, being a Jets fan is terrible. From New York, so I always, tried to root for my New York teams, but I like other teams too. I like the Lakers. I liked the Lakers when I was young and they had Kobe and Shaq. They lost me when they were just a LeBron team, but now they won me back with the Luka trade because I liked Luka. I was into Dallas. I do enjoy watching Luka play. Ooh, a nice single leg attempt there by Chase Hooper. And even there, it's like, do you want to grapple with Jim Miller? I feel like you want to strike with Jim Miller. Up, guillotine. Guillotine by Jim Miller. Up. Yep, Chase Hooper had to belly out and fall to his back to relieve the pressure. Now he winds up on bottom. Good left hand just landed for Jim Miller. Triangle attempt by Chase Hooper. Yeah, I feel like Chase Hooper just fucked himself there a little bit. His best chance to win this fight, I think, is striking. Now he's got Jim Miller on top of him. Open guard. Jim Miller's a good grappler. He's savvy. I don't think Chase Miller's crazy high level with his grappling that he's going to surprise Jim Miller. Oh, good right hand just landed for Jim Miller. Hooper's showing good hips, though. He's creating scrambles. He just shot up. Now another guillotine attempt by Jim Miller. Takedown by Hooper, but he's caught in the guillotine. Jim Miller looks like he's giving it up. Hooper gets his head out. Good elbow from the bottom for Jim Miller. Chase Hooper's trying to posture up. Looking to pass. Passes the half guard. Oops, slid into mount. Oh, he's got Jim Miller's back. Jim Miller standing up. He's got Chase Hooper on his back right now up against the cage. Nice guard pass there by Chase Hooper. But now I feel like I don't know. I don't remember ever seeing Jim Miller gas, but I've seen Chase Hooper get tired in fights. So we got Hooper just hanging on his back right now, standing body triangle, which anyone who's ever grappled absolutely destroys your legs. Lactic acid starts building up quick with a body triangle, especially when you're standing. Jim Miller trying to shake him off, trying to hula hoop him. Nice job maintaining the position by Chase Hooper. But yeah, he's using a lot of energy right now, Chase Hooper. Oh, he's going for it. He's going for a short choke. Jim Miller defends. Now this is going to affect Jim Miller too. All right, Jim Miller looks like he's going to shake him off now. Shook him off. Now he's on top. Armbar attempt by Chase Hooper. Jim Miller stacking him. A couple little short forearm fists, hammer fists. And now it's Jim Miller on top of Chase Hooper in like an open guard. Chase Hooper looks like he's trying to set up a triangle. Good left hand lands for Jim Miller. There's a triangle attempt by Chase Hooper. Oh, that's tight. Jim Miller pulls out, passes to half guard. And now they disengage, back to the feet. 15 seconds left. Good first round. A lot of good grappling exchanges. I mean, guess you go Chase Hooper because he was on the back for a minute or so, but he didn't really do much. I think damage definitely went to Jim Miller. And Chase Hooper just did a little fatigue wobble walking back to the corner. How'd you guys score that round? Yeah, Chase Hooper's taking some deep breaths. I think he thought Jim Miller would be a little bit easier to deal with than that first round. Round 2. Fight. Man, it's looking. If you ask me, it's looking good for Jim Miller right now. But yeah, I'm very curious to see the game plan or what Pitbull tries to do against Jair. Hopefully, the first couple times they move around, he's like, oh, this guy's pretty long. There's a little straight left hand just landed for Jim Miller. Back Chase Hooper up. Swing and a miss by both guys. Missed head kick by Chase Hooper. Yeah, Chase Hooper, that lactic acid has definitely built up in his legs. He's moving a little lethargic right now. I'm seeing different scores. I'm seeing 10-9 Miller, 10-9 Hooper. Hooper in on a double, gets the takedown. Jim Miller looks like he has a Kimura. Tough position, though, to get a Kimura. He's got the cage stopping his head. He's in half guard. And Chase Hooper's got his knee on his face and his head pretty high. But yeah, Jim Miller uses it to try to stand up. Chase Hooper circles to his back, looking to mat return him, take his back again, jumps right on. Jim Miller trying to shake him off. Chase Hooper has a pretty good back take. He's showing that in this fight. Jim Miller stands up. Again, Chase Hooper on his back, body triangle, same as the first round now. So now, if If Chase Hooper does not get a finish right now, his legs are going to be dead. Back-to-back rounds with a standing body triangle. That's going to be tough. He's definitely got to pedal to the floor right now. He just kicked off the cage, trying to create some space. And there you go. He let it go because he definitely saw the writing on the wall there was this is going to gas me out. Trying to mat return Jim Miller, and he does. Lands in half guard or side control. So Chase Hooper on top of Jim Miller right now in side control. Oh, Chase Hooper's trying to step into a crucifix. Yeah. He just tried to like fall back and take his back. Did Chase Hooper. It definitely shows a little fatigue. He's in on another double leg. Jim Miller's tried for a little guillotine, but gave it up quick. Now he's got Chase Hooper on top of him, controlling his hips, but he pops back up to his feet. Now the back takes are getting a little bit sloppier from Chase Hooper. He gets another mat return, but a better round here for Chase Hooper, but his cardio is definitely going to be zapped. Jim Miller's making him work for everything he's getting. But even for Jim Miller, what is he, 42? Any day. He's already shown fights where he looked old, but any day is that day where it's like, I'm old. Knee bar attempt for Jim Miller, but that's not going to go nowhere. Another mat return for Chase Hooper. 50 seconds left. He's got one hook in. He rolls. He looks like he's going for a calf slicer. Nice attempt at a calf slicer for Chase Hooper, but Jim Miller is holding his wrist, not letting him grab it. Bad spot, though, for Jim Miller right here. $20 seconds left. So it might be 2-0 Chase Hooper. It might be 1-1. I think the judge is probably going 10-9, though, in that first round, simply because he had his back standing for like 2 minutes. Jim Miller looking a little fatigued. Let's see how Chase Hooper's looking. All right, Chase Hooper looks better going into this third round than he looked going into the second round. So he caught a little bit of a second wind. Don't be barking at me, bro. Come here. Good girl. Round 3. Jim Miller, Chase Hooper. Probably 2-0 Chase Hooper. Nice little straight left hand just landed for Jim Miller. Sloppy takedown attempt from Chase Hooper. Defended by Jim Miller. Shot from way too far out with no setup. Nice level change by Chase Hooper, and he gets the double. Seven takedowns for Chase Hooper. Jim Miller trying to build up. Back to the feet. Chase looking for another mat return. Jim Miller's got to do something. He gets it, throws one hook in. Chase Hooper going for another calf slicer. Not in the best position for it, though. Oh. Now it looks like Chase Hooper trying to set up, switching between calf slicer, banana split, or a twister, whichever one Jim Miller's going to give him. He's defending pretty well, though. But he's running out of time, Jim Miller. He's going to lose this fight. But yeah, Chase Hooper's finding a lot of success in the grappling against Jim Miller. Early on, it looked like a mistake, but his cardio was held up. Looking for a head and arm triangle that wasn't there. Landing some little short ground and pound, but it looks like he's going to close this on top. Good guard passing, too, from Chase Hooper in this fight. You know, a lot of guys like stay low and try to pass the guard. The best way to pass the guard is to go high, then low. Is this the fight? I wonder what he does with his money, but is this the fight where Jim Miller lays his gloves down if he loses? Thank you for the follow, just some guy. I don't think you're some guy. I think you're that guy. But looks like it's going to be a unanimous decision win for Chase Hooper. Was really rooting for Jim Miller in that one. Not enough, though. But that fight showed me Chase Hooper still got a way to go before they step him up to the next level of competition. Definitely has a way to go. Like, how old is Jim Miller? 41. Holy shit. I mean, if they keep giving him Chase Hooper's not going to dish out too much CTE, but he wants 50 fights. Ugh. I mean, they got to give him more Chase Hooper type fights because at that age, he's just in there taking CTE. Chase Hooper wasn't that type of fighter, though. Not a heavy hitter. Like, I almost want to see the strike count. Where's that at? I don't think he landed much. Thank God Anthony Smith's retiring. Hopefully they don't go, hey, you're retired. We're going to give you more time to do announcing. Oh, they're saying he landed 58. I didn't see no 58 strikes. So two judges thought that Jim Miller won the first round. Yeah, I think that was a tough lay. Jim Miller's a tough guy to submit. He showed it in this fight. He's pretty sound defensively. And you know, with that fight, Chase Hooper won by decision. With that fight, the odds were so skewed. You have to bet. If you're gonna bet that fight, you had to bet the way the fight ends. That was sad. Why was it sad? Chase is working his way up slowly but surely. Oh, sad because Jim Miller lost. I mean, he's 41. That's fucking up there. Like, remember, you know what was sad? When Glover Teixeira fought Jamal Hill. And he was fucking all old and he was getting fucked up. That was sad. That was when you're like, oh, this guy's old. Leave him alone. Yeah, Jim Miller's a legend. You know, and then even there, Chase Hooper didn't mean to throw shade, but that's kind of shade. You're like, I'm tired of beating up the old guys. It's like, why you gotta call him old, bro? Why you gotta go there? Who is there for Jim Miller to fight? Do they just keep giving him young guys? Is there another old guy that Jim Miller could fight at 55? That's what we need, is another old guy. Versus keep giving him these young guys. Love me some Jared Gordon. Did Cub retire yet? But yeah, maybe Cub. I think Cub's a 45er though, but if he wants to move up. Whoever it is, they got to give him someone who's not going to give him CTE. Does the Scouser get knocked out tonight? That's the question. See, even UFC knows right now. They're putting on some promos. They know the next fight's the bathroom break. If you got to get some food, you got to go to the bathroom, you got to take your dog out or something, you go now. Zan, Jan, Zionan, Verna, Jandradoba. Faber is a 35er who entertained some fights at 45, but I think Faber is fighting Henan Barrow in the GFL if they ever have an event. Right? I think that's the fight that they're doing. Old man Faber versus old man Barrow. I mean, that's such a terrible look for the GFL. that they had their first event planned and then it fell out, and then the guy came out and put out a statement and said, yeah, our money guy didn't deliver. So it's like, your whole event was contingent on this one money guy. That's always rough. You know, when you do an event like of that magnitude and you have professional fight purses, you have to like bond the money. And the athletic commission has to know that there's the money available in escrow before the event, weeks out before the event is even allowed to happen. So that if they're already having money problems and financial problems, that's going to be rough. Like, I feel like it's just a matter of time before I seen it actually start to happen, but I feel like it's a matter of time too before the PFL's gone, because I feel like they were just, you know, how many celebrities did we hear about? Oh, well, they're an owner in the PFL, they're an investor in the PFL. We're not hearing that no more, because I think they kind of ran out of people to get money from. And now I even saw the PFL, I think, had a card yesterday, the weakest name value card. Like, it's almost like the PFL let all those guys go. Everyone that they had to pay a decent check to come and fight are gone now. The last PFL card I just saw, I think it was yesterday, not a name on the card. Like, I think one UFC veteran. So their payout for that whole fight card probably was the cost of one Andre Arlovski contract, you know, one fucking Andre Arlovski fight or someone like that, or Fabricio Verdum or someone. I feel like they let a lot of those guys go to the GFL or didn't re-sign them for this season. I saw that too. You know, could be cool. I saw that they have like a deal where they're having all their fights at Orlando Studios or some studios at Disneyland in Orlando. I think the writing's on the wall that the PFL is in trouble. I think they wasted a lot of money on Ngannou, a lot of money on some bullshit that just didn't pan out for them. Even the GFL now, I see, just they're paying all these older fighters, probably guaranteeing huge purses and saying, it's funny too, I hear people say, well, I'm going to get 50-50 split. It's like you're getting a 50-50 split of nothing. Ben Miller, you mean Jim Miller? I just got here, bro. I'm fucking quick. Who do you think wins this one, bro? I don't give a fuck who wins this fight. I hate this fight. If I have to choose, I'm going Jan because she's better looking, but the lazy-eyed chick is a beast. I don't give a fuck who wins this fight, though. I like high level women's MMA. This is not that. Or I like two attractive chicks with some skill fighting. Jan's cute, but Jandradoba, that's like if you put Jandradoba in like a fuck, marry, kill one, everyone's like, killing Jandradoba. Instantly, they'd answer, I'm going to kill her. Yeah, she's dead. Ooh, I like Tabitha Ricci, though. They're showing Jan kicking Tabitha Ricci in the face and shit. Big Tabitha Ricci fan. Can you stop growling at me? Stop growling at me. Come here. Come on. Wasn't Jandradoba supposed to get a title shot? And then it fell out? Stop growling at me, bro. Verna, over 2.5 takedowns? Yeah. I said earlier with Tracy Cortez, I like her when she has a fight coming up. She looks great. When she has a fight coming up, she looks like Selena. When she doesn't have a fight coming up, she looks like the lady who shot Selena. Like her in between fights, it's like, oh my God, like this, what is she doing? When she has a fight booked, she looks good. Yeah, spong time for this fight. Definitely, go get a hobby for 15 minutes. But yeah, John Dradoba's like, ugh. But yeah, I like me some Tracy Cortez. I met Tracy Cortez in passing when she was still with Ortega at the UFC on Long Island, and she was kind of like being a bitch because she wasn't dolled up and we were filming shit. So she was kind of giving us like the I don't want to be on camera thing. And then I actually have a funny video where my camera's on the people, and then when Tracy Cortez starts walking away, I just zoom in on Tracy Cortez. But yeah, I like Tracy Cortez. But again, there's getting close to a fight, Tracy Cortez, and then there's Tracy Cortez with time off, streaming with fucking neon and shit. It's like, oh, she's looking like a featherweight, and she's short too. So like, and I'm not trying to be that guy, but a lot of these female fighters, they're all short. So in between fights, you might catch them and be like, whoa, this chick's a little big. She's a little on the thick side. Which, don't get me wrong, I like them thick sometimes, but you'll see some of these fighter chicks where it's like they don't look the same in real life versus when they're about to fight. I need this fight to go the distance for my parlay. I hope it does. Actually, no. I mean, I'm gonna root for your parlay, but I'm gonna have to distract myself for 15 minutes because we already know what this fight's gonna look like. I'm rooting for Yan. Yan Zhaonan. Oh, don't do that to me. Oh, why do they always got to do this? They always get me with this fucking puzzle piece and this inactivity shit. Dump truck Dumont. Yeah, she's good looking. I mean, she's just in my head right now because I just saw her. But I feel like Tabitha Ricci is up there. But Dumont's good. I'm not mad at Dumont. Yes, winterweight. It's like when you see Tracy Cortez in between fights, you're like, now I know why Brian Ortega broke up with you. Yeah, Tabitha. I like Tabitha Ricci. Paige. I like Paige. But Paige, too. You see her sometimes. There was at one point when she was getting like a little too thick. Then she married Vanderford, and now she keeps it together, though. He keeps his chick in check. But Paige, when you meet Paige in real life, she's like really pretty Paige. Like she looks like a doll. But yeah, Yan Zonan. I like Asian chicks. Yan Zonan looks good. She probably looks good when she's dolled up. But Jardoba, pound for pound, she might be the ugliest chick. Like if they had pound for pound rankings for ugly chicks, she might be number one. Yeah, I feel like wasn't Jan Jardoba. She was just in line for a title shot. And I think they took her out and they put in Tatiana. But they were speculating that the winner of this fight might be next in line for a title shot. Yeah, I like Rebus, but I think Ricci's a level above Rebus. There's a couple I've seen recently, like lesser known females that look good too, that I've seen on a few cards. Mackenzie Dern's always an honorable mention. But yeah, that's what we'll do. Instead of being like, oh, let's do play by play for this, let's Google best looking UFC female fighters. I mean, Misha Tate, OG, she's all right. Alexa Grasso, I like Alexa Grasso. Michelle Watterson too is one of those ones too. When you see her in person, she's prettier than you thought she was. Rachel Ostovich, an OG. I don't know how the fuck Felice Herring made this list, but no. Rebus. Oh, Ariana Lipsky. Montana De La Rosa. Ooh, Poliano Viana. She's a good one as well. I mean, I'm looking on Tapology. They got Veronica Hardy ranked number 3. All right. All right. The picture, her Tapology picture, she looks good. But I don't remember Veronica Hardy being that hot. Norma Dumont. They got Norma Dumont ranked number 12. That's funny that Tapology actually has rankings. They are calling it the top sexiest female fighters. They have number 1, Mackenzie Dern. Number 2, Ariana Lipsky. Number 3, Veronica Hardy. 4, Tabitha Ricci. 5, Misha Tate. 6, Michelle Watterson. 7, Paige. 8, Tracy Cortez. 9, Pearl Gonzalez. 10, Poliano Viana. 11, Alexa Grasso. 12, Norma Dumont. They got Valentina number 13. I don't know about that. Valentina got a nice body, but Rebus 14. Macy Barber's cute. They got Macy Barber number 15. Natalia Silva, Jessica Rose Clark. They got Laura Senko on this list. I'll tell you who's really good looking when you meet her in person is Joanna. Right now, it's Jan Dradoba versus Jan Zianan. That's why I was talking about other attractive women. But yeah, like, so when you see like fight shape Joanna, she's like skinny, she looks sucked out, but like in between fight, thick Joanna, she's hot, Joanna. Thug Rose with hair as well. Like, it's funny, whoever made this list, they plummeted Thug Rose. She's number 45. That's just because she has no hair. I'm sure with hair, she'd be in the top 10. But right now, we got Jan versus Jandradoba. Yeah, it's a break time, you know? Oh, Jandradoba's got an armbar. She's going to run out of time, though. But I like Jan. Jan's good looking. And Jan's pretty skilled for a female fighter. Yeah, that Reyes fight. I'm rooting for Reyes. Definitely rooting for Reyes in that one. Reyes is one of the first fighters I ever interviewed. Way back in the day. And then I met Reyes at the at one of the UFCs, and I was like, "Oh, we're fucking partying when you win." He was like, "Absolutely, we're getting fucking wasted." He's like, "Right after right after the fight, we'll link up. We're going out and getting drunk." Then he got knocked out by Ryan Spann, and I was like, he's not trying to party now." Like partying with a fighter when they win versus when they lose, it's two different realities. Does anybody watch Good Guy, Bad Guy? I've never watched a full episode. I've seen just clips. But I love both guys. Yes. But I think he gave John Jones his toughest match. But I think that was also the case of John. No, I don't want to say mailing it in, but just not the best version of John. And then before you know it, John was down 2 rounds. I was like, I kind of got to clock in. And then I always see the argument of who won that fight. And I think it came down to the 3rd round. And it came down to first 3 minutes were Reyes, the last 2 minutes were John's. And then the last 2 minutes, though, more was done. Like John had Reyes breathing heavy, was on the back foot. But yeah, Reyes and Patty's not a bad bet. That's the fight I'm most curious to see how it plays out, is Patty versus Chandler. Like, if Patty walks through Chandler, it's like, oh shit, They made that fight 5 rounds too, which is crazy.